What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? It's Monday, the 16th of August. The joint is brought to you by, you ready? DraftKings, bitches. Ding, ding. Get ready for the fight of the fucking summer. It's Pacquiao versus Ugas. Hits Las Vegas this fucking Saturday, the 21st. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook, has a knockout offer for you. You ready? Grab a pen. DraftKings is offering 100 to 1 odds on a punch being landed at any point during the fight. You won! You won! Unless the other guy just fucking drops when he hits the canvas. Just pick a fighter to win, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 100 to 1 odds with a single punch. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Bet $1 on either fighter. When your punch lands during the fight, you get $100 in free credits. DraftKings will make you a contender. Use promo code Joey when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 in free credits when you bet on either fighter to win it and a punch is landed during the fight. It's that easy. Don't pull your punches. Get in the ring with DraftKings. And football's upon us, college and pro. Place your bet and DraftKings will give you $200 in credit for either college or pro football. And now, if you bet $1 on the boxing match and they land a punch, you get $100. Do me a favor, go to DraftKings right now, download the Sportsbook app right now, and enter code Joey, Joey. Here's a little couple rules. You gotta be 21, New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Now, if you got a gambling problem, go get help. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Call fucking BetterHelp. Call somebody who can help you. If you're in Indiana, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. But if you're straight and you're not going to have any fucking problems with this, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and let's win some fucking Gitas this weekend. The joint is also brought to you by one of my favorites, Manscaped. This is what Dak Shepard needs. Him and his fucking wife not taking showers and those other filthy fucking Hollywood couples. Can you imagine what their asshole smells like and all that shit? Those fucking celebrities are filthy. Listen, Manscaped could fucking help them. With the special transmission. Houston, we have a problem. It's the fucking pubes. Achieve total weightlessness with Manscaped. Blast your fucking pubes into another fucking dimension. And it all starts with the Lawnmower 4.0. Listen, I love Manscaped. I shave my nuts. I shave around the fucking pole of death. I haven't shaved my asshole yet because it's not needed. But if I was swinging on that fucking corner, my asshole would be nice and shiny. This razor has gone where no man has gone before. Both your balls and Uranus. Their advanced skin-safe technology features a ceramic blade to reduce fucking nicks and grooming accidents. Plus, the Lawnmower 4.0 has 7,000 RPM motor and a travel lock. It's even fucking waterproof. The new Lawnmower has an LED light that's brighter than the fucking sun. The Weed Whacker is waterproof and uses the same skin technology that you use on your balls, only on your face. So do me a fucking favor right now. Go to manscaped.com/Joey. Again, that's manscaped.com/Joey. The Performance Package 4.0 is now fucking global. You get anywhere, Africa, Singapore, Australia, Europe. You cannot find a better deal in this fucking galaxy. They're gonna give you 20% off. They're having a midsummer sale, plus free shipping at manscaped.com/Joey. That's manscaped.com/Joey. That's 20% off, free shipping at manscaped.com/Joey. Your fucking space balls will fucking thank you. Now, without further ado, let's get this party started. The joint is coming your way, cocksuckers.
Hey, how you doing? Come on in. Yeah, Joey's in the back.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? It's Monday, the 16th of August. We're officially halfway there, and then some. That's it. You're like fucking, some schools have started, like in the Midwest, in the South. My daughter goes back to school, I think September fucking 13th or some shit, but that's it. This is the last week of camp, and it's going to be a hot fucking summer after this. It was a great week last week. I want to talk to you guys about a few fucking things on a beautiful Monday morning. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm smelling good. Let me tell you something. I always fucking smell good, okay? I might have a little wang to me sometimes after I lay somewhere or I go to a gym. But I was reading this week somewhere about celebrities that don't bathe their fucking kids, or what the fuck is wrong with people? I want to know what the fuck is wrong with people. Bathing, cleanliness is next to godliness. All right? That's what I fucking heard when I was a young fucking kid. That cleanliness is next to godliness. How the fuck are you not going to take showers? But let me tell you something, and I was talking about this on the Patreon podcast. That's a big thing in Hollywood. For you people who don't know and are sitting around, that's a way to get attention. That's the reason Matthew McConaughey does it. There's a bunch of actors that they'll come into a set and you'll smell them 8 minutes before they fucking get there. I've been on 2 sets. I'm not going to discuss it. You could smell the fucking onion in the air. They get there and they think it's cool because they stick out. It's another way of sticking out, is stinking. So, you know, it's like a fucking hip thing for them. Trust me, I learned about it in Boulder. You don't know how many fucking girls I did coke with, and after 20 minutes you smell this weird odor in the fucking air, and you're like, what the fuck is that smell? And then you get close to them, and you smell their bodies, and they'll tell you that they don't use deodorant because they don't want to fuck up the fucking whatever system, the ozone layer. Listen, I don't give a fuck about the ozone layer. If you're stinking, that's all that matters to me. I'm not worried about the fucking ozone layer, and neither should you. It's 2,000 million fucking miles away. I'm not a fucking scientist, but I don't think the only way you could ruin the ozone is with that stink from under your armpits. That stink will ruin the fucking ozone. That will fuck it up completely. I don't understand any of that shit. I don't like it. You know, but that's big out in Hollywood. A lot of you read it, that these people don't bathe their kids unless they're fucking physically dirty. Are you fucking kidding me? Have you ever smelled your kid after school? They stink. My daughter stinks after fucking school. My daughter's 8 and she had to start using deodorant when she was fucking 6. She had a little wang to her, and I'm like, dog, you got to start wearing fucking deodorant. So she puts deodorant on twice. She takes 2 showers a day, one before school and one at the end of fucking the night at 8:30 to get that chlorine and kids' breath and fucking the stink off. How the fuck don't you bathe your kids? Guys, you know, listen, I'm going on a fucking year next week of being here, and I got to be honest with you. You know, you never know when you do things. You never know what to expect when you move. You never know what to expect when you go to a new restaurant. You never fucking know. You know, you go, you try the experience out. You have something in your head. You have a preconceived notion in your head of what you're going to do. I mean, I did when I came here. You know, when I left Hollywood last year, I left to move here so my daughter could go to school. My expectations were going to be the same. I was going to come here, give it a little breather, wait for the clubs to open, you know, and then go back to my fucking life. Once I got here, I realized that I didn't like that life anymore. I mean, I just did not like it at all anymore. You know, Mike and I were just talking about Miss Pat, okay? I want to congratulate Miss Pat on her new show on BET. I'm very proud of her. If anybody knows Miss Pat, anything about her, she's worked really hard to get this show on the air. That book that she put out was great. And the TV show, I have not watched it yet, but Mike says it's fucking great. And I heard it from my neighbor. She asked me if I knew Miss Pat. I go, yeah. She goes, oh my God, I watched the show. It was great. I am very proud of Miss Pat. But I'm going to tell you what I'm not proud of, okay? Miss Pat should have been. And I'm not saying nothing bad about BET. I love BET. I watched Hustle and Flow the other night. BET put on some good fucking movies during the week. I got nothing against BET. BET's a good network. You know, they're great to African Americans. They give them a fucking whatever. I know Miss Pat for a long time. Miss Pat's a hell of a comic, a hell of a person with a hell of a fucking story. Miss Pat belongs on ABC or NBC. And I know she can't curse, she can't do this. Miss Pat is such a star, she'll figure it the fuck out. But this is what bothered me about the new Hollywood. They didn't respect acting for comics. They did not respect it. They didn't give it the light it deserved. The agents have found an easier way to make money. They found low-hanging tree, which is called the road. And what are you watching now? What are you seeing now? You're seeing all these young comics getting COVID eventually. Every week a new comic has COVID. Every week. Look at Jimmy Florentine. He was supposed to see 4 fucking shows. It started with Limp Bizkit last week. On Friday at the Stone Pony outside at the outdoor stage. How safe is that? Fucking safe as fuck. Limp Bizkit canceled last Friday with a half hour before the fucking show. They canceled. Jim Florentine, his brothers, they all drove down there. They were standing there and Limp Bizkit fucking canceled. Leonard Skinner canceled next week. I don't know if they canceled in Jersey, but they had to cancel 4 fucking shows. He's still up in the air about Leonard Skinner. I guess Saturday night last week, he was supposed to go watch somebody down there again. They got sick. They fucking canceled, but they canceled in the afternoon. That's not bad. Driving down Atlantic City, then you get pissed off. And then he was supposed to go see somebody last night. And he called me last night about 5:30 when I was taking Mercy to kickboxing to tell me, or the Friday night, to tell me that fucking the show he was going to Friday night got canceled because the guitar player. That's 4 fucking guitar players caught it. Now, my friends went to see Guns N' Roses, and they noticed something. I know for a fact that Guns N' Roses is doing a bubble. Nobody's allowed backstage, no talking, no hanging out. They each go their own way after the show. They get in their car, and that's the car they drive with. That's the driver they drive with. He's not allowed to see nobody. They're not allowed to do nothing. I mean, listen, it works, but that ain't the road. It works, but that ain't the road. When you go on the road, it's to talk to people. It's to embrace people. People want to take pictures with you. People want to see you. People, if you got to walk around with a fucking COVID bubble on you, that's not the road. For that, you might as well stay at home. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I have nothing against comics going out right now, but it's not a good fucking time. So right now, like I see Miss Pat doing this show, which she taped, before, I guess maybe 6 months out. I don't know what the taping schedule is. Maybe it was 4 months out. Who the fuck knows? When you act, when you go to do a movie now, like I have to do this thing, right? In 2 weeks, I got to be there 1 day earlier just to take a COVID test and wait in my room. Then you're not really allowed to mingle too much. Monday, I do another. Once I get my test back, I go to wardrobe like I did for the Apple TV show I did. And that's all you do for the day. Tuesday morning, you get up again and you fucking take a rapid COVID test and they let you on the set, and I'm shooting 2 episodes, so I guarantee you they're going to test me before the second episode. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I mean, it's part of the fucking game. When you walk into a comedy club or a musician walks into a theater or an arena, they're not testing you. They're not really, they don't really know who's coming up to you or whatever. In other words, it's not a good time to fucking travel if you're in a band right now. Right now, how many Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson's got it. It's just eventually, like I said last week, it's going to get you. All you could do is be prepared. But at the same time, what pisses me off about Hollywood is this is the time to get all these hitter comics. Bill Burr. Even though Bill's got an animated show on TV, what about Bert and fucking Tom? How about a buddy show on Fox? Give them what they want. Who gives a fuck? You give worthless people more money than you'd give those two fucking comics. You give people, how many fucking shows has Dak Shepard fucking killed? How many fucking shows has Dak Shepard been on that have been canceled? And they keep giving him fucking shows. They keep giving this fucking guy shows. I got nothing against Dak Shepard, but he's never said a funny fucking thing in his life. Okay, I'm a fucking stand-up comic. I know what it is to go up there when fucking there's 200 people in the fucking audience. He is not a funny guy. How many fucking shows are they gonna give him? But you got Miss Pat on fucking BET in the dungeon on channel 138. Miss Pat belongs on 2, 4, 7, or 11, which is Fox, depending on your area. Check your local fucking listings. I have no idea where the fuck they're at. So you're gonna put this fucking stiff on again to kill another fucking show, and Miss Pat sitting up there in BETville, a fucking way from everything? She belongs on NBC, CBS, ABC. That's the network she belongs in, Fox. The same thing with Bert, the same thing with Tom, the same thing, give Whitney Cummings and fucking Christine, whatever. What the fuck is Theo doing? You know, what the fuck are these people doing? So that makes you think as a fucking consumer. I sit here every fucking night watching this shit fucking TV. How many fucking times can CBS put Blue Bloods on? How many fucking times? How many fucking Law and Order fucking shows, you know? And they're all fucking reruns. Let's get one of these fucking hitters. Miss Pat, right now is COVIDville. You don't want to have your comics out. What did I tell you guys? If I'm a manager, I call my client and go, right now is not the fucking time for you to be sailing around with a fucking umbrella. Right now, what you should be doing is going to your local comedy club, developing your fucking act so it could be the best act it could be when this motherfucker blows up. You're not up on stage talking about hacky shit and fucking COVID like I'm doing now. You're talking about life. That's what I would be doing. If I was doing stand-up comedy right now, I'd be at fucking Uncle Vinny's every night doing a guest spot, doing a set, fucking getting down, preparing for a year from now. So I can go right back into a fucking special and boom. The special comes out and now you're prepared. By the time all this shit, listen, this is going to be a 5-year fucking window. We have a 5-year window until all this disappears. 5 fucking years. I saw this the other night on 60 Minutes or whatever the fuck, one of those fucking TV shows that you sit there at night, like I'm sitting there at night waiting for fucking Alonzo Bowden. I'm sitting there waiting for Tom Rhodes. I'm sitting there waiting for somebody who's fucking funny on television, and you keep giving me these fucking comedic actors that don't know dick about dick. This is what my point is. So whose fault is this? Is it Hollywood's fault? Is it the fucking agent's fault? It's all their fucking faults. Then you wonder why I ran out of there like my ass was on fire. Ran out of there. They didn't respect the game no more. They don't respect the game no more. They don't respect the ability of comics anymore. You know, Louis C.K. did a great fucking job for comics. Going up there, writing, he would edit his own show, he would cut it, he would cast it, just to show you what a comic could fucking do. The strength of a fucking comic is so strong. There is nothing we can't fucking do. Write, act, fucking, you know, punch it up so it can be really fucking funny. You give us time and we'll do it, just like Roseanne did it, just like Tim Allen did it, just like, you know, but they don't want to do that no more. These agents don't want to do that no more. And the clients don't want to do it. Every time the agent says, let's take it to Netflix. Fuck Netflix. Fuck Netflix. We need this on ABC. We need a fucking network behind this. We need this on NBC. We need that 30 fucking years of knowledge behind this. Why is fucking Russell Peters in fucking Liberty City, Ohio? What? He can't put on a fuck? You know, this is what I'm saying, guys. They don't give a fuck. These agents have gone rogue. They don't give a, send them out. Let them get COVID, you know. And listen, if you throw enough spaghetti on the wall, eventually one's going to stick. Trust what I'm telling you. Wait till the first comic goes out of fucking control and ends up in the fucking ICU. Let's see what these fucking agents are going to do then. What the fuck are they going to do then? I'm telling you, this whole thing is crumbling. You know, Mike and me, BET. Why? Was that the, why? Because that's the so these agents never even called to Miss Pat and said, look, this is a hit here. This is a fucking hit here. And I hope that she does like 2 seasons on BET. And I hope that maybe they move the show. You know, for a lot of people who don't know, Bill Maher started on Comedy Central fucking 30 years ago. Politically Incorrect was on Comedy Central. When I got into comedy, Politically Incorrect was on Comedy Central.
Yeah, that was a real station, right?
Then after a few years, he sold it to ABC. And ABC, it grew with ABC. That's the evolution of a real fucking comic. But think about it. Shouldn't there be more fucking comics on TV? Bert had a great show with that fucking one I did when we ate the emu and all that shit. It was, you know, kind of reality. It was a great show. Have you seen it again? Netflix is fucking like, you know. What about Duncan Trussell's fucking show, Midnight, whatever? What happened to that? They still haven't given him a fucking answer. That's what happened. Gabriel's show, they canceled on Netflix. They weren't getting enough people. Go fuck yourself. Netflix doesn't tell you the fucking numbers. They refuse to tell you. They'll tell you did good, but they won't give you the exact fucking number. I need a number. I need a fucking number. But all those sitcoms on Netflix, they don't fucking work. I don't know what happened to Narcos. You know, Cobra Kai comes back in fucking December. Where'd you go, to Japan to shoot Cobra fucking Kai? Where'd you fucking go? A fucking year and a half to fucking do this shit? So
they started on YouTube.
Yeah, they started on YouTube fucking Red. So you have to, and they got 2 great comics on there. They have Brett Ernst and they have the other guy that I did the Meatball King with. That was a show on Disney. That was a show on Disney, a kid's show. I did the Meatball King. I played the criminal, the Meatball King. And they had a falafel guy on there. He's a nice little Arab guy. He's on Cobra Kai. He works with Brett Ernst at the dealership. But that's why, listen, they don't have the respect for comics they used to have. They just don't. Oh, yeah, we'll get you a TV show. We'll do this, we'll do that. Next thing you know, you're in fucking Grand Rapids, Michigan, sitting in a room staring at a picture of Robin Williams, thinking to myself, am I next? Should I fucking hang myself? I mean, I'm in Grand Rapids this week. Next week, I got to go to Iowa City. The week after that, I go to fucking Boise. My career is on a fucking roll. Fuck you. Let's put something together. Let's get us. That's what I would tell my clients right now. Listen, there's no fucking road. It's just too unsafe. I don't want you getting hit in the head with a fucking bottle. There's a dog, I hear thousands of stories. The planes ain't running right, you know. Luggage ain't getting there. Why would you want to do this shit? It's like you fucking momos that are going on vacation. I hope you fucking crash your fucking plane into a mountain, you stupid motherfuckers. How stupid can you fucking be? Going on vacation, paying extra fucking money for what? For a hotel room that you're gonna, what the fuck is wrong with people? Mind your fucking business. Go to a cookout outside. You know, I'm the king of cookouts outside. I don't even want to go inside. When I pee, I go to my car and pee in my little surgery bottle. I don't even want to go to your fucking bathroom. If I got a shit, I come all the way home. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. But you fucking morons going on vacation 10 days, what do you think happens if you get fucking COVID when you're on vacation? You got to sit in that fucking room and pay an extra fucking 8 days. Wait till the hotel's going to pick it up because I got COVID. Who gives a fuck? It's $300 a night, motherfucker. It used to be $129 a night. And now it's $300 a night. And you're going to pay those 5 nights until you fucking get cured or whatever the fuck happens, until you got to stick. How many fucking things are you going to stick in your nose? I had to take another fucking test Tuesday this week. So I'm over it, but I have an answer. And these networks, listen, tell these fucking guys, Tom, Bert, all their tours aren't going to start till September. All these big tours, some of them are starting next week. Some of them start this week, the 15th, the 16th. You know, they're putting mandates. You want me to go on stage and crack joke for a bunch of people with masks on? How shitty is the show going to be if you got to wear a fucking mask and go to that show and sit there? I can't fucking relax. I'm going to go to see a fucking Guns N' Roses with a mask on? You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's not going to fucking happen. I think the mask mandate starts September 13th in New York. So that means you got to go inside and sit with you can't even go to a gym without a fucking COVID pad. I mean, a fucking gym? I got to show proof of fucking whatever to go to a fucking gym now? I don't know where this is going. I have no fucking idea. You know, me, I'm playing it by ear. I'm going to play it close to my chest. You know, I got to drive in a few weeks to fucking shoot this TV show. I'm not too happy about it, but I have to do it. I have to work. And that's the easiest thing I could do to not get sick and not get my family sick. It's all on the up and up. They're testing. You know how much a fucking COVID adds to a TV show? $400,000. Think about that. Every show that gets made now on TV, add an extra $400,000. Now, listen, you know, when you shoot a TV show, when I shoot a TV show, when I first got to LA, there was money to be made. You can make great money shooting a TV show, especially after like season 3, season 4. You get fucking paid. Let's not bullshit each other. The money that they're going to spend in COVID is going to come out of somebody's pocket. It's not going to come out of these dirty producers' fucking pockets. Those motherfuckers, they'll let you die before they give you money out of their fucking pocket. Trust me. Next week, I have to sit at my computer for a fucking hour one day next week and go through my SAG residuals and see who the fuck ain't sending me residuals and file complaints against them. You know how many times I got to do that a year? Twice a year. And when you realize what they're stealing from you, it's like, really? Why would you steal this? But you have to think about if they steal it from everybody on the set. That's where the money is at. Like a year ago, a guy contacted me. And he's like, hey, man, my show, our show, the one you did with me, got put on Netflix. You know, if you could blow it up for me. And I was like, listen, I ain't doing shit for you. And he's like, what are you talking about, pal? I'm your biggest fan. I go, you never paid me residuals all those years. I shot those shows in like 2004 and 5. Those shows ran for fucking years. Then they rebooted it and put them back on fucking MTV. And then they rebooted it and put them back on Netflix. You know how much money I've gotten from them? Zilch, okay? Zilch. Not a fucking dime I've gotten from them. This fucking guy calls me up. He's like, you got to fucking retweet it for me. Please do me the favor. I said, I ain't doing shit. You got to pay me something. Give me $5,000. Give me $2,000. You know, I did 6 fucking episodes, 7 episodes of your show, and you're not going to give me a fucking residual? But that's what they're about, guys. I don't ever want you to think that, oh, you go to Hollywood, you're on the up and up. Are you fucking crazy? I was telling somebody a while ago, when I was working on TV and films a lot more, and stand-up was like maybe 40% of my income. This is back 2007, 2006, 2005. Stand-up was a very small percentage of my income. It was basically movies and TV shows. Do you know how many fucking people I had to threaten on the phone? Do you know how many times I had to call and say, where the fuck is my check? TV and film is 10 days. After you shoot a TV show or a movie, the production sends your agent a show after 10 days. Guess what your agent does? He keeps the check for 30 to 60 days before he mails it to you. I don't play that shit. When you go on a set, for all you young comics and young actors, when you go on a set, when they give you paperwork, the last sheet, look at it and read the fine print. It'll tell you, do this, sign this here if you don't want your check to get your agent to get your check. I would always fucking sign it and they wouldn't get shit. They would call me a week later and go, hey man, we just realized you didn't sign the paperwork. We're not getting your check. Why do you need my check? The job was $600. You get 10%, right? I'll drop off $60 fucking in the mail. Well, that's not right. Why would you want my check? You want my check because you want to bank it and then get interest on my money, even if it's for the 3 weeks, even if it is $600. You know what? $600 may not be nothing to him, But it's a big fucking deal to me when I got to buy cat food and I got to make my car payment and I got to buy groceries. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So on commercials, it's fucking 30 days. So if you shoot a commercial July the 4th, you won't get a check till mid-August. And that's if you're on top of that fucking check. Like if you call your agent and go, hey, I talked to the production company last Monday, the check is going out Wednesday, you should get it on Friday, I'll pick it up Monday, their fucking heads will blow up. They're like, what are you talking? And that's what I would do. I would always beat them to the punch. So as soon as I shot something, as soon as I'd sign the paperwork, and before I leave, when they'd sign me out, I'd ask the production company, when do we get paid? And they'll tell you, well, it's going through this corporation, it's going through, they have like different payment companies. I forget what they're called now. They slip my mind. There's like 3 big ones. I forget what the fuck they were. All your paperwork's always already there. Your W-2's already there. They just use one of the 3 fucking people. So I became, Doug, you know me. When it comes to money, you know how they tell you with COVID, follow the science. Well, fuck you. Follow the money, Jack. You know, right now, I don't know if you guys saw what the makers of those vaccines made in the fucking hundreds of billions of dollars. So while you're following the science into the pocket of fucking Moderna's pocket and Johnson & Johnson, all these people, you got to follow your money when you do fucking anything. Listen, anything in life, you got to follow your fucking money. Last night, I was talking to my brother 2 nights ago. You know, the framer, George. I love him with all my heart. Some guy was supposed to give him a check. When he called the guy, his friend had the fucking check, and he hangs out at this bar. Then it looks like you're going to the fucking bar to get your money. I don't give a fuck if he's, well, he doesn't have the check. His friend has my check. Well, let's go get the one friend to take you to the other friend, and he'll fucking get you your money. Remember Goodfellas? When they took the guy to the Lions, they pick him up and take me to your friend. Take me to your fucking friend. That's it. I'm not fucking playing games. Why do you think listen, the guy that represents me now in New York, the agent, great guy. I love Dave with all my heart. Gay guy, love him to death. We were friends. We're always friends. We talk once a week. He called me this week to say, I got no luck with you. You're not. I had an audition in LA this week, but I couldn't get one in New York, and I'm not going. They kept calling me, when are you putting the tape together? When are you putting it? Listen. And then my agent had the balls to call me and go, there's another movie, and they're working in the Dominican Republic. That's what I want to do, is go to a third world fucking nation right now. You know, you look at Cuba. You know what's going on in Cuba right now? Cuba had it together. Last year when we talked about Cuba on COVID, they had it together. They had like 37 fucking cases. But what happened in Cuba was they got greedy. They shut down tourism for a while. And after COVID last year, they had to open it back up. And what do you think went down there? Those fucking Canadians and those Germans and the Italians. Anybody who visits Cuba brought COVID now. Now COVID's completely out of fucking control in Cuba. They're using hotels as makeshift hospitals outside Havana. That's what's happening in the Dominican Republic. I have nothing against the Dominican Republic. I love that place. I love Dominicans, great fucking people. Nothing, but I just don't want to go to Dominican Republic to shoot a fucking movie right now. That's just not going to fucking happen. None of that shit's going to happen. I'm avoiding a fucking plane with all my heart. Let me put it this way. My wife was supposed to go to Tennessee with Mercy. They kiboshed it. Because not only are you getting hit with COVID now in the Midwest and in the South, there's also that other thing going. That's RPV. It's like a kid's fucking pulmonary fucking thing, RPV, APV, I don't know what the fuck it is. So what's going on with this is kids were inside all winter. Kids were inside. They didn't get a chance to build their immune systems. This APV shit, whatever the fuck it is, anybody correct me on RPV, whatever this little disease is, it's a lung disease just like fucking COVID. It's a smaller fucking disease that kids get in the winter. They shouldn't get in the summer, but it's spreading fucking rampant. So what I think is going on is people are going to the hospital to test for, they're not testing them for RPV. They're testing them for COVID, and they're coming up fucking positive. All these kids, all of a sudden now they're saying kids are in hospitals in Florida and fucking Texas and shit. It's not COVID.
HPV.
HPV, whatever the fuck it is, yeah. So you got to worry about that now with your kid. So planes and shit is out for a while. It's over. I don't need to be on a fucking plane. There's nobody I want to see. There's nowhere I want to do. Whatever I need to eat, I could eat here, and I'm good to go. And that, you know, this is what kills me right now with comedy and music. You know, right now, I don't know what the Eagles are going to do next week with the Garden. I think the Eagles are supposed to start a fucking tour. All these people, you know, unless you do this in a bubble like Guns, and it's got to be like a short little, like if I was to tour right now, I wouldn't do October, November. I would probably do maybe January, February, and just compact it, do 8 weeks, and that's the tour. Go to 8 places you want to go to for the year, and that's your fucking tour. If you get COVID, you get COVID. If you don't get COVID, well, then you fucking, you know, you could go home and suck your own dick. I don't fucking know what to tell you. But my point of this whole thing was that this is the time to develop a fucking show. Like right now, I'd love to be talking to HBO to develop a show about my mother. I'd love to be talking to Showtime, anybody. For me, because I'm a fucking mutt. But Tom, Bert, I can name Ali Wong. I can name 10 comics right now that would destroy on network TV. 1 episode a week, just like Roseanne, just like Tim Allen. And I'm not fucking speaking out of line here. Nobody is falling into that fucking pipeline anymore. There is nobody in that pipeline. Yeah, Sebastian's got a cooking show. Miss Pat's on BET. I'm talking about the 4 main fucking stations. Why the fuck isn't one of us on there? Not me. Forget about me. I'm 58 years old. I'm dirty. I'm a fucking bum. I get it. But I'm talking about, you know, I'm really happy for Sam J. Her show on HBO was fucking tremendous. I'm happy for her. You know, HBO is a great place for comics. They've always been very comic friendly. You know, I love HBO. But it's time for network television to figure it the fuck out. We've got too many people at home and too many fucking comics that are tremendous. You know, and I still remember what Roseanne said. Roseanne was basically the first person to ever make me feel special for being a comic. Roseanne was on Larry King Live. I know, she's got a couple interviews on there that are fucking whack. But for every interview that she's got on there that's whack, I mean, she's got an interview on there that she talks about Oprah going into her brain and stealing her ideas and shit with like, whatever. Roseanne is Roseanne. That's the reason I love her. Roseanne said something on there that was tremendous. Larry King asked Roseanne why she didn't let the ABC brass into her Christmas party. Roseanne was no fucking joke. Roseanne, I admire Roseanne Barr a lot, not for what she did 4 years ago when she went on a tirade and stuff. Listen, Roseanne's always been crazy, but I look up to her as a comic. A big-time comic, and I'll tell you why. Because Roseanne Barr said something. He asked her, why didn't you allow the ABC brass into your fucking Christmas party? And she said that she was sick and tired of that bullshit. That at the end of the day, they didn't know dick. That they wanted her. Their plan when they got Roseanne on the air was to knock Cosby off the air. Even Cosby. While he was raping bitches, he was a comic. And they were fucking nurturing him on Thursday nights over there. And he was doing whatever the fuck he was doing. I forgot all about Cosby. There's another guy, a comic, you know. So nobody's in that pipeline, guys. They're not putting anybody to develop a fucking show. And then they don't pick it up. You know, even with me, they came to me one day. We loved the pilot. Oh, we're going to go with something else. It was me, Chris Spencer, a bunch of us got deals at Fox. Nobody got it. Somebody else, 2 other shows got picked up that never went anywhere. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And Roseanne said it. She goes, listen, when you're a comic, you learn how to do everything. You learn how to greet, you direct, you write, you coordinate, you do it all. Even me, towards the end here, when I quit, I was still doing everything on my own. I was still getting my plane ticket. I don't let nobody get my plane tickets. I get my own plane tickets. You've never seen, listen, I think I took 3 jokes from people over the years that came to me and said, hey, here's a joke for you. I wrote everything else. That's why the shit sucked. Because I wrote it. That's why it sucked. You know, I was never known for my fucking high level of material. But I wrote it myself. I took one joke from somebody. Somebody actually said, use this tag, and it was a stolen fucking tag. I ended up getting into 18 fights. I had to spit in the guy's face. You know, it's not what I do. So I said, that's it. I'll never take nobody else's material. But we write, we plan. You have to look at your notebook and decide, well, I already got 3 fucks there. I can't say another fuck here. I got to put the fuck there. And when you think about it, that's how fucking tedious it really is. You have to go into your script that hard and go, okay, I already said that bit there. I'm already talking about pussy here. I'm already talking about lighting this guy on fire here. I can't keep mentioning it. You know, there's all these things that go into when you watch Bill Burr's fucking, you know, Paper Tiger. That's as brilliant as it fucking gets. Why Bill Burr? I mean, I'll tell you why Bill Burr is on TV, because he told them to go fuck themselves a long time ago, too. You know, he did the animation thing because it just basically works for him. But any real fucking comic doesn't want to be on TV. And I'll tell you why. Because of the fucking rules. The rules are brutal. You know, a network will send you shit constantly. You know, you don't see Chappelle doing TV no more after that beat. You think of Comedy Central. You know, you just don't see it.
Well, Burr was on with Chappelle.
Yeah. They turn you on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they fucking turn you the fuck on, and then, you know, you get burnt out on them if they just leave you the fuck alone. They didn't bother Tina Fey all those years. And they didn't bother fucking Tracy Morgan on there all those years. And I don't know if you have an idea what comes out of Tracy's mouth. Tracy is fucking out of his mind. But they did it the right way over at NBC. Nobody fucking bothered them. If you establish that from the beginning as a comic, if you go in there and on your 3rd episode you tell the people, like, listen, I don't give a fuck. This is what I'm doing. They'll follow suit with you. I don't know if a lot of you people know this. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this story. I read it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. They told David Chase in episode 7 of The Sopranos that they didn't want to see Tony killing somebody. They explained to David Chase over and over again that HBO didn't like the idea of a crime boss killing somebody, that in real life minions would do that for, you know, like lower guys on the totem pole would do that. David Chase disagreed and put the episode out as is of Tony choking the fucking rat. HBO almost canceled the series. HBO almost canceled the fucking show over Tony choking the fucking guy. But when you're an artist, you do what you think is right. You're not an artist. You're a network. You went to college and then came out and became this with a college degree. It's not that you did a show for fucking 30 years. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. And that's what happened with Chappelle. Think about if you've been doing comedy for 20 years and some fucking stupid white kid comes up to you that's 24 and is telling you how to write your show. You're not going to go for it either. Eventually, you're going to tell them to go fuck yourself. And that's the standoff. That's network, and that's you as a comic and a human being. When you became a comic, you already were giving the finger to society. So why are you playing this fucking game with these people? Because they're fucking paying you? The weekend club's going to pay you too. You say whatever the fuck you want, you do whatever you want, and if you want to get your dick sucked in the green room, you can. You know, you do what the fuck you want. I'm not saying get your dick sucked in the green room. You know, get your dick sucked in the car. The green rooms usually have cameras now. They're a bunch of fucking perverts. But what I'm trying to say to you is that if you stick up for yourself and tell them exactly how the fuck you feel, and then at the end tag it, listen, if this doesn't work for you, then we'll wrap it up. No. They've got money tied up in you. They've got money invested in you. You know, for years, I would call clubs. Like my agent would call me and go, you're going to Buffalo this week. Who are you bringing as a feature? And I would tell them, Dean Delray, Kate Quigley, George Perez. You know what the clubs would say to me? Oh, we already have a feature act. Do you mind coming by yourself? And I would go, no. Here's what you're going to do. We'll cancel the week and call me when you don't have a feature. That's your deal. So either I come in this week with who I want to, or I'll come in 6 months with my feature. Well, it's too late. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm not in business here to book the road for you. I'm bringing somebody with me. That's what headliners do. And that's what I'm doing, whether you fucking like it or not. And they would go, okay. When I would negotiate for money, I would say, this is what I want. And they would say, well, they can't give you that. Well, call me when you can give it to them. Until then, we'll just part friends. Whoa. Let's see what we could do. Yeah, let's see what we could fucking do. That's the mentality. You got to tell them to fuck off. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Get somebody else to fucking do it. Oh, you have 300 tickets sold. Oh, well, then you're going to have to do it. I don't give a fuck what you're thinking. It's not important what you're thinking. It's what I'm thinking that's fucking important. Not what you're thinking. I don't give a fuck what you're thinking. You bought a comedy club. You didn't have the patience to do what we do. You didn't want to fucking put the work in. Now you want to come in here and tell us how to run our show? Take a fucking hike, my friend. Take a fucking hike. Go talk to somebody who doesn't know better. Speaking of knowing better, I want to talk to you guys about something. I know you guys have been watching me for the last whatever. I know I've had some problems on the show. You know, when I first started, I had some focus problems. I had to do things, you know. I was fucked up is what I'm trying to say to you. You know what I'm saying? Like before the knee surgery, after the knee surgery, I was a little fucked up in the head. I'll never forget that one day I was downstairs here on the computer and somebody rang the doorbell, like a neighbor of mine, and I was so out of it, like not on drugs or high or anything. I mean, I'm like, I'm not answering the fucking door. I'm just not fucking doing it, you know? I remember when I was in the halfway house. You know, I'm talking about the halfway house because it was a fucking rough weekend this weekend. It wasn't a rough weekend. Sunday was my 33rd or 34th anniversary that I got sentenced in prison. It was August 15th, 1988. So I was talking to we did the chapter this week on the kidnapping, and that's the chapter that we're focusing on this week and all the bullshit. And I was thinking about when I got in the fucking halfway house. And I got into when you first get to the halfway house, you go to a 7-man room. But after you're there for a while and you get some fucking points, they put you in a 3-man room. And that's not bad. The only thing that sucks about the 3-man room is that there's a bunk bed and then there's a bed. So the guy who had the bed looked just like Jim Norton. Not Jim Norton, Ed Norton from The Honeymooners, Art Carney. Yeah. He was his fucking twin, this guy. We used to call him Norton, and he'd say, stop calling me that. I don't look like Norton. Who gives a fuck? When I moved to a 3-man room, it was Norton in the single bed, my main man, Alejandro Ray, and the bottom bunk, and they put me on the top bunk. I wasn't 400 pounds, and I was in shape then. And I used to have to climb the bunk bed and, you know, go to the bathroom and climb down, and it kind of sucked. So one day I went to Alex. I go, Alex, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of fucking Norton. He's like, how are you going to get rid of him? I go, we're going to torture him till he taps out. You know, shit in his shoes, crazy glue on the phone, anything we could do. We glued his fucking hat to the couch. I mean, if you could do it, we could do it. It was a slow torture. He was a sweetheart of a guy. We didn't let him know we were torturing him. It was just like things would happen, you know. His car would be a flat tire. We just did different things to him. He was way older than us. You know, he was like my age now. I feel guilty telling you guys the story. Because he was a sweetheart of a guy, but I was sick and tired of going to that top bunk. Okay? If it's between the top bunk and you, I got, and I went to him like a man. I go, listen, do you mind sleeping on the top bunk? Me and Alex like to talk at night. He's like, no, nobody's getting that single bed. All right. So I'm like, how can I get rid of this fucking guy? This went on for 2 months. We were torturing him. We hid one of his sneakers. We hid his forks. Anything we could do to this guy to make him like fucking think about his life. So I used to work in Westminster, Colorado at the time. Westminster's next to 104th and Thornton. And there used to be a mall. I used to go to the movies, and there was a magic shop at the mall. You know, you go in there and buy magic tricks and fucking fake eyes and all this shit. They also had those things you put in cigarettes. And when they light it up, the cigarette blows up. So I was doing it to people. You know, I was doing it to a couple people. I was working this fucking cigarette thing for about 3 weeks. And one day I'm sitting in the car and I'm like, fuck, maybe I should do this